Oh gosh. 여러분 안녕. I mean, hello. Sorry. Thought this was a study vlog for a second. Hello guys, and welcome back to another cute little chat to do. I'm trying to like not talk so much in like my intros, but it's just like so hard to. Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, because you guys, a lot of you guys are new here. Yeah, 언니, I've gained a lot of weight, right? Because I've been like off of work. Normally like when I contour, I'm just like, you know, but because I have more surface, I was like like my contour was like a lot like thicker than normal. Anyway, like I don't care, but don't trip. We are working out, we are getting healthy. Hello. I want to talk about confidence in this cute little chat. I'm noticing like the last two cute little chats are kind of like intertwined a little bit, and this one I guess kind of is also intertwined, because I want to talk about being confident in a world that wants you to feel insecure. Because yeah, I think talking about confidence is good. I think it is really important, especially now, to talk about confidence and dreaming big in spite of fill in the blank. Because it's not something that I've noticed like heavy like the other two, like the last few topics, but in regards to confidence, I always notice a little, it stings people a little bit. And that's where mean comments come in, or just like annoying comments can come in. Because while I was doing research and while I was like, you know, making my script for this cute little chat, I kind of noticed it was all over the place, but confidence was like the focal point. Confidence / self-esteem was like the focal point, but I'm just talking about like a lot of random things that I hope will help you guys and continue to help myself, and just, you know, like always, a conversation starter. Oh, side note, I do want to talk about something real quick, just like a little disclaimer for those of you who are new to my channel and you're like, you know, what's the rules here? I don't really have any rules per se. The only thing is to always be respectful, even if we disagree, because we are going to disagree on a plethora of topics. You guys might not agree with how I live my life or what I believe in, and like that is all fine and dandy. I don't shy away from people from disagreement. The only thing I ask, I beg of you guys, is to always remain respectful. That is it. This series is literally just like me talking, getting my thoughts out and things that however I feel, and it's for you guys to also talk and get your feelings out. Whether we agree or disagree, it doesn't really matter, as long as we remember the main point, which is to be respectful. Okay, this channel is for everyone. I'm here, and if you have to get your thoughts out about something, sure. If you want to have a healthy conversation about something, also sure. But again, respect. RESPECT. That is what it means to me. Okay, I'm sorry. Just wanted to clear that, because yeah, you guys don't have to feel like I have to agree with Anna. You don't. Just be respectful, just like I will be respectful to you, and we will all get along, right? Well, man. Just kidding. Give me a hug. Okay. People hating confidence and striving to obtain a better life, aka dreaming big, was not on my bingo card, like at all. Because excuse me, I thought we wanted everyone to dream big, to believe that you can do X, Y, and Z, to have body positivity no matter curvy or skinny. And it's kind of just like it's showing, or it's seeming like society, as you guys like to say, kind of wants you to believe in like, well, what's the point of all that? There's no point in doing that. You look like that, so why do that? You don't even know how to start a business, so why do you want one? What is the point? Which is gross. I think a lot of people want you to believe or think in the way of like, well, because I'm this, I can't do X, Y, and Z. I hear that a lot. That type of thinking, that type of living is not allowed around these parts. I've been saying around these parts so much lately. I don't know why, but that's like my favorite thing to say right now, around these parts. But yeah, that way of thinking, that way of like, you know, looking at life, that's not allowed over here, okay? And if you do think that way, then hopefully this conversation will kind of just help you think differently, because there is, you guys are probably so tired of me saying it, but there is so much that life can offer you. No matter where you start, no matter what cards you were dealt in life, there is always a way to make, you know, life beautiful. I want to help you and myself remain confident, because we're confident cuties over here, okay? So you know how people always say like, oh my gosh, I would have loved to live like in the 80s and the 90s and the 20s. Okay, well, I never personally had that experience. I am very grateful that I am able to be alive in a time like we are now, even though, I mean, I was born in the 90s, but like I was like a baby, so like, you know, what can I do as a baby? Despite what our current government is doing, there is no better time than now to truly go after your dreams. Want to start your own business? Do it. Want to go to university? Go, baby cakes. Want to become a content creator? Think long and hard. Do a lot of research and then go for it. Do it. Like, be free. Hold on to your morals and your values. Thank you. But yes, go. Spread your wings. You can literally be and do whatever you want in a time like this. The only thing you really need is what? Confidence. Exactly. Well, and self-esteem and money and like connections, but you know, when I was younger, I used to dream really big at one point. I don't know why I dreamed so big when I was younger. Probably because like innocence, imagination, creativity. But I remember, because I was a Disney Channel baby, I wanted to be Hannah Montana. Like, oh, I wanted to be a Disney star obviously, but like Hannah Montana, Miley Cyrus, I was like, I want that. I want to be that. Give me a wig. And then as I got older, I was like, oh, okay, like I just want to be like a Disney star. I want to be an actress. I've never said that out loud, but yeah, when I was younger, I wanted to be an actress. And I still think I could do it. Give me a script. I wanted to be in the entertainment industry to some degree when I was younger. And then as I continued to like evolve, it went from actress, Hannah Montana, Disney Channel star, to country. I wanted to be a country singer because, little fun fact about Anna, I was actually raised on country music, but I loved it so much, I wanted to be a country singer. And back then, there weren't that many people, country singers, who looked like me. But I didn't even think about that. I was like, who's gonna tell me I can't? Who's gonna take away my guitar and my microphone? Like, if I wanna be a country singer, I'm gonna be a country singer. As I got older, again, those dreams just continued to evolve as I evolved. Instead of being a country singer, I wanted to be an editor for Vogue magazine. And all those things, all of these like little jobs and dreams that I had, they were still all connected to me, because I wanted to be a singer because I used to write music. I had a song called Please Don't Go. Oh my gosh, the memories. But yeah, I used to write songs when I was younger. I also used to write stories a lot. I loved writing books when I was younger. But never once did I have the mindset that I couldn't do it. I had so much confidence in myself regarding those those dreams that I had. And I wish that I was able to hold on to that through like my adulthood, because obviously as you get older, you know, life happens, life hits you, reality can hit you, and you start like dimming your dreams, and also your confidence dims because of maybe experiences, things you see, things you hear, people you come in contact with that also can, you know, like diminish your confidence. So, but I'm also getting it back now. But there was a time where like my confidence was low and I didn't dream big anymore. I was just like, oh, I don't think I can do that. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. Back then, I didn't really know what it was. I didn't know why I was so fearless with my dreaming, but adult Anna now knows that that was my self-confidence, telling me that I can do anything. And in many ways, I'm still like that. Yes, I'm still like that now, because I have the tools now to really be sure of myself. And even in moments where my confidence may be shaken, aka that Korean interview that I did, go watch it if you're interested. That was horrifying. That was not horrifying, that was terrifying. It was so scary, and my confidence was shaken because I don't have that much confidence in my Korean speaking abilities. But that was a moment of testing my confidence, because I did it and I got second place, so I knew. Again, it's not something that I've noticed heavy, but I do notice it when people have the guts to go after what they choose to, it can leave some people feeling like bitter betties. No one is mad people have the confidence to go after what they want. Like, what are you talking about? You'd be surprised. Normally I would just chalk it up as like jealousy, because like, y'all know I love to do that, and that is still true. But that's not the only reason why people do it. Correct, not everyone is jealous. Some people genuinely can't fathom a certain life for themselves due to what someone has told them or what they have seen or heard. I am being gentle. I am welcoming, always welcoming nuance in this conversation, because it is a gentle topic. It's not just black and white of like, well, people are being mean to you because they're jealous of like the life that you have. While that is true, there is a plethora of more reasons as to why people, I guess, lash out at people that have confidence in themselves. So we're going to talk about that, because it's sad, you know. But first, what do we want? We're going to yep. Isn't confidence only geared towards looks? No, baby cakes, it's not. I know like you think that, and I think because people, they confuse confidence and self-confidence with the word self-esteem. While those are like related, they don't mean the same thing. Confidence is a feeling of trust, self-assurance, and certainty in one's own abilities, or in the reliability of a person or thing. It stems from believing you can successfully meet life's challenges, tackle tasks, and handle pressure. Self-confidence is trust and belief in yourself and inherent worth, encompassing a realistic awareness of your capabilities and strengths. Self-esteem. Self-esteem is a broader, overarching sense of self-worth, the fundamental belief that you have a right to be happy and can cope with life's general challenges. That is the main thing people struggle with, is self-esteem. They don't know how to cope with that, or honestly, a lot of people don't even like to admit they have low self-esteem because they feel like it's embarrassing, and it's not. Having low self-esteem is such a normal thing. We all deal or have dealt with moments or just a long period of having low self-esteem. I know I have, especially in regards to like weight and stuff like that. Not really my looks, but well, I guess weight is like your looks. Having low self-esteem, it is a big issue that can really stop people or hinder people's like confidence. If you have low self-esteem, sometimes it can like block you from wanting to dream big. Oh yeah, so I want to do a quick detour regarding self-esteem, because that is what I feel like people they believe self-esteem is confidence, and like, you know, like I said, those are related but they're not the same. So confidence is about your abilities and what you do, your trust in your abilities. I'm confident in my ability to speak Korean. While self-esteem is about your value and who you are, how you perceive your overall wealth. I have high self-esteem. I do, because I know the value, my overall value. I'm worth a lot, not like money wise, but I'm kind-hearted. I help others. I do possess a lot of like really cool skills, like language learning. I love cultures. I'm intelligent. So my self-worth is good. Like I know I'm a good person. I have high self-esteem. I offer a lot to people, not like just look wise, but just my value. I follow Jesus Christ, and I try to hold on to his morals and values by being kind to others and not by hating or judging people. I give good advice. Like, you know, I'm creative. Self-esteem. The core differences of confidence and self-esteem. So feature for confidence, it's how well you think you can perform tasks. For self-esteem, how much you value, accept, and love yourself. I love myself. I think I am so great. I do. I'm so iconic. I saw my brother yesterday. I was like, dude, if I wasn't humble, I would be a hot mess. There's just a lot of things about me that I love, and you guys should do that too about yourself. You should love yourself too. If the way that I'm speaking bothers you, like me loving myself and like hyping myself up, then you should check yourself and check, well, why don't you talk about yourself the way that I talk about myself? Not even looks wise, but just me as a person. I love my creativity. I love that I have become empathetic to people. I love that I cry when I see a culture when I see people partaking or participating in their culture, I love everything about myself, and I hope and pray that you guys also possess that. And yeah, hype yourself up in the comments. Oh my gosh, homework. In the comments, like, give me like some things of what you love about yourself, because I can't be the only one hyping myself up. Hype yourself up too in my comments. Like, go ahead, tell me what you love, tell me like how iconic you are, because I want to hear it. Foundation for confidence, that's rooted in skills, experience, past successes. My YouTube, my TikTok, that could be an example. My skill is that I'm just good at making content. My experience, I've been doing it for 11+ years. My past successes, being able to work with really cool brands like JVN, Viki. So yeah, for self-esteem, rooted in, oh my gosh, I know this word, intrinsic. Rooted in intrinsic worth, regardless of achievements. Like, your worth in yourself. If I didn't do well on my the Korean speaking contest, my self-esteem would not have lowered, because I don't base my self-worth off of validation from others. If people don't like me, or if I didn't win that contest, or if my videos don't do well, that does not hurt my self-esteem. That is, you know, it's just like, well, you know, it happened. So well, next video, here we come. Okay, feature, flexibility. Can be situational, confident at work but nervous about public speaking. Again, things are not always black and white. Generally stable and global. It affects your whole self-image. Yes. Questions for confidence: how can I do this? For self-esteem, am I enough? Yes, and that is a very, that's a hard-hitting question. I mean, both of those are, but I feel like self-esteem is so, people are so scared to talk about like self-esteem, especially if they know, or if they have an inkling that their self-esteem is low. But I promise you, it is so worth it to ask yourself these deep questions of, am I enough to do X, Y, and Z? Am I enough to be with this person? If you ask yourself these questions and investigate, I promise you it is worth it. I am one, I do a lot of self-reflecting, like a lot. Probably too much, because I become hyper aware of like things I say, how I act, and sometimes that can leave me like a little bit subconscious, I guess. I ask myself like those questions like a lot. If I ever feel that my self-esteem is shaken, or my confidence in whatever is shaken, I do ask myself like, what the F is wrong with you, girl? Because they aren't the same thing. It's actually normal for some people to have high confidence in many areas of their life, yet lack self-esteem overall. A person can be so confident in singing or drawing, yet at the same time they believe they're unlovable or unworthy as a person. Practice of staying authentic to your own needs and values, even when it risks temporary disapproval from others. Yes, that is something that I had to learn, I had to come to terms with. I had to, so I live at home with my family. My family, were really close, right? And this is nothing that my family has did. This is all that it comes from my head. But I always felt that if I don't get their 100% approval of something, then I can't do it. Even as a 31-year-old, I had to make a decision about something, and I was like, well, I know a decision I'm supposed to make, but I feel like if I make the decision, they're gonna be mad at me. Which wasn't true, but you know. I finally got to a point with Abba's help that I was like, it honestly doesn't matter what anyone else says or thinks. I need to do what I know is right. So I did it, and the rest was history, because I finally had self-fidelity. I finally trusted myself and trusted what I knew was right. So I understand the struggle sometimes of wanting to be true to yourself, but also that fear of like disappointing people around you. So we have interpersonal confidence, the ability to communicate, engage, and collaborate with others in a calm, direct, and self-assured manner. It is a vital asset for navigating workplace challenges, building trust, and participating comfortably in group settings. I said I love interpersonal confidence. She's so cute. Honestly, she is. Interpersonal confidence is like, that's iconic. I think more people need that right now, because a lot of people struggle with communicating with others, whether that be online or in person. It's just like they have no confidence in their argument or in their beliefs, So instead of just, you know, confidently, calmly communicating, they just lash out, and it's just like, okay, what happened? I said, you guys know I always want you cuties to strive to live your best life, whatever it is. Well, like, make sure it's good. Like, don't be out here like embarrassing me. Never let anyone stop you from going after your dream. Never. Do not allow people to have that much power over you that like it shakes you from wanting to go after the things or live the life that you feel is correct. Again, make sure it's good, okay? I don't want you guys to be doing some bad things and then be like, well, Anna said to go after. No, let's make good decisions and have good idols. Thank you. So I can already hear you. It's not that easy, Anna. Blah, 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 blah. Confidence is hard. So let's touch back on why people lack confidence, because that basically answers my main point of why do people kind of like respond or react negatively when someone has confidence. And again, we're being gentle. People often lack confidence because of a combination of self-seeded life experiences. It could stem from like constant criticism, past traumas, or even hyperfixating on like negative, like inner, like negative talk. Calling yourself ugly, calling yourself fat, like, I'm so worthless, I don't deserve this. That stuff, you're sowing, you're planting seeds in your brain. And of course, our mind is so dumb but so smart, it just continues to replay that stuff. Like, yeah, you are fat. Yeah, you don't deserve this. Yeah, you won't amount to nothing, to anything because of whatever. You really have to be careful with how you speak about yourself, even if you are just joking. I call myself like a heifer or like a cow because, like, you know, again, I have high self-esteem, but even like myself, I have to be very mindful with how I speak, because like I'm not exempt from my mind becoming dark or negative thoughts like trying to take over or like trying to bother me. I'm not above that. So it's like, because I'm not above that, I need to always ensure that I am being gentle with myself, like that I'm not just, you know, spewing like negative like rhetoric all the time. Some root causes of self-confidence. We're about to get kind of deep, so like, you know, I guess trigger warning, I guess. I don't know. Early childhood conditioning, child neglect, overcritical like caregivers, and lack of support can permanently affect someone's self-worth or belief in themselves. People underestimate children a lot. Mind you, I took like 2 classes of early childhood development, so yes, I am a genius on this topic. Those classes, it actually taught me a lot about like children growing up, how they should and should not be raised. But anyway, people underestimate the children's like mind. They think that, well, they're kids, like they don't know any better, they're not going to remember, so like what's the point? And they sometimes will just treat them poorly or say certain things over them, not knowing that children are sponges. They're absorbing everything that you say, even like your facial your emotions. Of course, if you are treating a child poorly, they're gonna remember that. And if they don't remember the words, obviously because they are children, they're gonna remember how it made them feel. If you yell at them, they're gonna remember that. If you raise your hand or whatever, children, they do remember those things. And I think if you're constantly speaking negatively over your child, about your child's features, how they look, what they sound like, what they wear, they are going to internalize that as they get older, and they're going to learn how to hate themselves, etc. I will talk about kind of like, I'm black. I know, shock. Just kidding. One thing that I want to do, if God willing I have children, is to speak so much life into my children, like my mom did, my siblings and I, about our hair and our skin color, because I want to sow those good seeds in them so that when they get older, their confidence and their self-esteem, like they're not chasing the world to validate them or to give them high self-esteem. Like, no, you're beautiful with your brown skin, you're beautiful with your curly hair, like your nose, your lips, everything about you is beautiful. So when kids don't have that, that's why they grow up with, like, you know, becoming self-hating or hating people that look like them or believing that they can't do X, Y, and Z. That's not true, and we've all heard it online across race, nationality, whatever. Depending on your situation, there probably has been someone like trying to tell you like, well, we come from this, so we can't get there. because we're this, like, you can't go to university. We don't do stuff like that. And it's like, first of all, I do. So yeah, sorry, I kind of got off topic, but yes, early childhood conditioning can most definitely affect people's self-confidence and just confidence overall. The next thing is past traumas and failures. So obviously bullying, workplace harassment, kind of like common sense, I believe. Past failures, yes. Oh, perfect example is like, I mean, I guess it's about confidence, but I'm all over the place today. Love. Oh, you guys know, you date someone, right? And then like you think it's all perfect. Oh my gosh, like wow, they're so amazing.
She's so pretty.
He's so hot, like
and then something happens, and then like the relationship was a fail. Like it didn't work out. It's over, kaput, whatever. That could have people hesitant about stepping out of their comfort zone of singleness by dating again. So it's kind of like that. Negative comparison. Yes, we've talked about the negative, how comparing yourself is bad. It's in one of my cute little chats, but we've talked about that, so I'm not gonna go too heavy into that. Dependence on external validation. We talk about that a lot. I may talk about it a little bit because that is a little bit important. So there's just like a strong consensus like that people rely entirely on external circumstances, like approval from peers. That is highly unstable. Unstable meaning your confidence, your self-esteem will be unstable. Do not be impressed by people clapping for you. That's something that I had to learn when there was a point in time where I was like getting like traction on my TikTok mainly, and I'm talking Arden Cho, like commented on like my stuff, and I had brands reaching out to me, and I was doing paid sponsorships, and like life was cute. I did notice a shift within myself because I was kind of a little bit, mostly relying on external validation. People were loving my videos and like commenting, oh wow, like ta-da-da, I liked it. Video didn't do well, or if no one watched, that affected me. And I had to tell myself like, hold on, hold up, like what's going on here? And luckily I stepped away from all of that, literally followers dwindling. But I had to check myself, and I was like, dude, we don't do that. If you love what you're doing, you love that you're being a good person, or you know you're being a good person, then like, what's the issue? What else are you looking for? You do content because you enjoy content. You enjoy being creative. You enjoy showcasing your passions and hobbies with the world, and hopefully finding people along the way that share those, you know, those hobbies too. I said talk about the Love Island example. You don't need anyone's go ahead or approval in life. Do what you want to do. If you're an adult and you have the means to do whatever you want to do, yeah, you don't need anyone's support. And I also understand sometimes people are in situations where they physically can't. Like you can't, because maybe your parents are supporting you, or whoever you're with, they're supporting you, and you can't see or think of a way out of your situation. But I promise you, there is a way to get the life that you want to live. And one thing that I always do, I always think about the people before me, especially because I'm Black, you know. So I think about the actors, the actresses, the singers that had to live in horrifying conditions, a horrifying time in our American history, and yet they still thrived. And obviously every era comes up with its own challenges, so I'm not like comparing struggles, but we can all agree that the times back then were not as favorable as the times like we are now. Speaking as like a Black person, obviously you will have, you know, insert your own race, nationality, marginalized group, you'll, you know, enter yourself. But just as like a Black person, I think about the people before me, all of the successful Black people, and I'm like, dude, if they could make it meaning just be successful, like what is stopping me, you know? Okay, anyway. Psychological habits. In the present day, habits like harsh self-judgment, perfectionism, and excessive reassurance seeking actively prevents people from trusting their own abilities. Me heavy. And I'm still learning, but you guys, I have to do a lot of work to remind myself to trust myself. Like earlier when I was saying, oh my gosh, I'm like iconic, high self-esteem, da da da. That is true, but I have a plethora of moments where I don't trust myself with my life. I trust myself with other people's life, but making decisions for myself and going after the things that I want, I don't trust myself sometimes. And that is very frustrating. It is so, I get so mad at myself. It doesn't happen so much because I'm just learning to like, girl, if you think you're iconic, then trust your iconicness and go on. A while ago, because I didn't trust myself, and also was like seeking the approval, the validation from like my peers around me, I wanted to see their opinion on everything. If I had to make a decision, I wanted to ask them first and maybe do what they say before doing what I think I should do. Does that make sense? For some people who are unfortunately stuck on the hamster wheel of these reasons that I just stated, they don't strive to do more in life. And that's sad, yet understandable. Because gaining confidence is not easy. It is not a light switch that you flip on and you're like, I'm confident. It isn't. It requires you to ask yourself difficult questions. It requires you to sometimes do difficult, uncomfortable things in order to gain the prize of being confident and having higher self-esteem. So I'm not saying that it's easy. Like, if I can do it, you can do it. That is true, but like, I know the work that comes with gaining confidence. It's months, even years of taking small yet courageous actions. Even if like the small thing is like, for your confidence. A small yet courageous action I would take would be to, is that small? I would say like go to a Korean class, but maybe start by watching a Korean lesson plan on YouTube. That's a small action. I would say like a Korean class, I think that might be like a little big for some people. Keeping promises to yourself, continuing going or watching the Korean study videos. But you determine what's small, what's big for you. Invest in self-education and hobbies. It's a big one, because we want to always keep our brain smart. We're always going to be learning as we get older. But yes, invest in your self-education, whether that be about just different cultures or just school topics or politics or whatever. Just teach yourself something. It's good to keep your brain, you know, active. Hobbies. I think everyone needs hobbies. Everyone. I am a lover of languages and cultures, so I am always looking at everyone's culture. I'm always learning someone's language. So that's my hobby. I also crochet. So yes, find hobbies. I want to do pottery, but I'm like scared because I heard pottery is hard. And like, I'm one of those people, you guys, if I'm not good at something on like the first try, I throw it away. That's a joke, but it's also not a joke. Like, sometimes if I am bad at something, I'll like be dramatic for a second, but then like I'll come back and actually learn how to do it because I like being good at things. I have a guitar that I've tried to play. Like when I first got it, I was so bad, but I was like, I'm gonna learn this effing guitar. It's the last thing that I do. Practice self-care, mental resilience, exercise. Yes, not the self-care social media talks about, putting a face mask on and just like, not that. While that is good, I'm talking about actual like genuine self-care, mental resilience, finding joy in life, in the small things, so that when life is a little shaky or if your confidence is ever shaken, you're able to like stand firm. Your foundation is always strong. Exercising, moving, going outside, not doom scrolling, all of that is self-care. If you meditate, great. If you do yoga, iconic. If you're a Christian and you pray to Abba, talk to Abba. I talk to the Lord as if like he is a physical person, like right here. I'd be like, oh my gosh, Abba, did you not just hear like what they just said? Or like, Abba, what are they doing? Your children are stupid. I talk to him because that has really helped me like on my self-care journey. I had a really like dark time at one point. My camera's gonna die. Dark, but talking to Abba, just like a human, like he's like my father, helped me so much. So I want you to find something that helps you on your self-care journey, something that brings you peace and calmness, okay? Surround yourself with support. I know that's hard to do sometimes. Not everyone is blessed with a supportive family circle or just friend circle, but I challenge you to find community in your hobbies. There's always people around, and I will always say, if you guys can't find anyone, I'll be here to support. Tell me what you're doing in the comments and I'll be like, oh my gosh, hell yeah, I'm proud of you. I will always support you guys. If you're doing good things, I'll always support. Change the way you speak to yourself. Exactly. Not to be all dramatic, I'm the best person ever. Not even like that, but just point out things that you love about yourself daily. Even if it's so small. Even if it's, oh my gosh, my nail polish is so cute. Continue on that journey. I know we're in a negative era right now, but in true Anna form, I don't follow that. If I say I want to act in a K-drama one day with zero acting experience, and that's my dream, why couldn't I do that? One reason confidence disturbs many people is because their level of belief is limited. Do not allow their limitations to become yours. Did you hear me? Did you hear what I just said? I don't care if you never have seen someone do it. If you want to do it, then work towards it. Do it. I don't care if you're a woman, man, black, white, Latino, Asian, purple, pink, a dog. Hi, my dogs. I'm just kidding. Whatever you think that's stopping you isn't stopping you. Your confidence is. And during those moments when you feel shaken or insecure, this is what I do. Well, first of all, I remember who the F I am. I do. I'm like, but I also think of the people before me. If people who look like me endured all that they endured, I'm talking all that they endured, yet they still dreamed massive dreams and actually went like towards those dreams, what makes me any different? What makes us any different? Exactly. We can do it. Have confidence in yourself. Dream big, because I want you guys to live the best life that you can. I want you guys to experience the beauty that life has to offer you. And no, not just like money and riches and like fame, no, but the actual joy and peace that you can have once you just believe in yourself and once you're just happy and content with yourself, you know? So yes, I don't know what this was, I don't know what I said, but it's gonna be something. Bye guys, thank you for watching. I love you.